Hey YouTube, it's Angel Barber back with another haircut tutorial, and today we're going to be going ahead and doing a high taper. Alright guys, to start this tutorial, my client wanted a 7 all around his head. You want to make sure that you're cutting against it and following the hair pattern so you have a nice even haircut. Then with our number 3 guard, we're going to go ahead and start our first guideline. As you see, we flick out at the top so we avoid any hard lines. Then with our lever open, we're going to go ahead and create our second guideline, which is right above the C cups. You want to go up about 1.5 inches just so you have enough space to create that bald line. And with these high tapers, you want to make sure you're using the corner of your blade, because you use your whole blade, you will go too high. As I mentioned, we're going to create that bald line, and you want to leave about 1 inch. Then we proceed with our lever close, no guard, and begin to flick out that line. Like I mentioned, using the corner of your blade will help you create that nice blend and avoid any harsh lines. Then we begin with our shavers and begin to bald out and get rid of any stubbles. With our lever open and our number 1 guard, we're going to create our next guideline, and we're going up about 1/2 inch to 1 inch. Then with our half guard lever closed, we're going to flick out that line and make sure that you're using the corner of a blade as well. You're going to have to lever play as well so you could get rid of any dark spots. As you see, I pulled a scalp so you can have a nice clean look of what you're working with, and that will help a lot too to get rid of any dark spots. We then continue with our number 2 guard, and we're going to begin to flick out that number 3. All I begin to do here is just do detail work and make sure the blend is clean and get any dark spots that I see. Then we go forward with the back and use a number 3. And as you see, I'm also flicking out and using my comb to feed the hair into my clipper. Then with our lever open, we begin to create our first guideline. Like I mentioned again, you want to make sure you're flicking out because you will create a harsh line. We're going to go ahead and grab the trimmers and create our bald line, leaving 1 inch. With our lever closed, we begin to take out that line and using the corner of our blade. With the number 1 guard open, we're going to go up about 1 inch, and as you see, I continue to flick out. Using the half guard halfway closed, you want to make sure you flick out that line. And just notice, guys, how I continue to flick out. I know I mentioned this a lot, but that is key to create a nice blend. With our number 2 guard open, we're going to create our next guideline and flick out to that number 3. Then with our number 1 guard open, we're going to continue to take out that bottom line, and as you see, we keep flicking out. Now what you do to one side, you do to the other, so I'm gonna go ahead and fast forward this and let you guys watch. We then continue to line up behind the ear and go from the neck and connect those lines together. My preference is usually starting behind the ear and then go from the neck and then meet at the middle. We're gonna go ahead and proceed with my client's lineup. You want to make sure you take your time with this because this is what's gonna make the haircut pop. We're gonna try and keep this nice and natural. My client does not like going high with this lineup, so we're gonna start from the middle and work our way to the left. Then we go from the middle to the right side. And when you're doing a lineup, you do not want to overcomplicate things. It's as simple as tap and go. As you guys see, the lineup is coming together, and like I mentioned before, connecting the dots will play a big part in this. Then we're gonna go ahead and apply some enhancements and really sharpen up that line and give it a nice clean look. I usually don't use enhancements, but when I see that it will make the haircut really pop, then I'll go ahead and apply some. You don't want to overuse it as well. As you see, my client does have a light hairline, so that's the only reason why we went in and applied. We begin to use a straight razor, and with this, as you see, we pull down the skin and use the blade at a 45-degree angle. My client wanted his eyebrows done. With this, we're just barely touching anything and cleaning them up. My client wanted his mustache lined up, and same with the razor. Just pull the skin and use it at a 45-degree angle, and you'll be all right. My client did end up wanting an initial, which is the N initial. Unfortunately, I didn't get to record that. But there you guys have it, guys. The high taper tutorial. You guys found this helpful and useful and you really got something out of this, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.